Hello and welcome. Today we're on Sentosa Island in Singapore and we're about to do the Skyline Luge. Now this thing is basically Super Mario with your hands. It is incredible. Now it's got about 600 to 800 meters free fall from the top all the way gravity fed to the bottom, and you can see that you have got 3 different colourful tracks to take part on, and it is up to you if you just want to do one ride or you can pay for 2 or 3. Now me and Amira did all 3 and it was a good bit of fun. Now, I definitely recommend you doing more than one. I know it costs a little bit of money, but it is a good bit of fun. But not only that, because you are gravity fed to a different part of the island, you can spend a little bit of time going for a bit of food. And if you wanted to, then you can come back up at a later part of the day and then just go shooting back down again, because your ticket is valid throughout the day for the 3 rides. I do believe that's how that works, because so many people were coming off the ride and then they're going to the beach at the bottom, spending a little bit of time there, and then you just get back on the ski lift to come back up. Now, this is obviously out of season. It might change when it's in peak season that you are there and you have to be in and out within, say, an hour or 2, for example. But when we were there, it was really nice and laid back. Now, this bit confused me to start with, but it does make perfect sense. There's 2 queues. I thought I missed a bit, and these queues for the different tracks, it's not. So the queue that I am stood in at the moment, this is all for the first time riders. Everybody that was just walking past in the previous clip, they have already passed their I know how to stop these things, which, to be honest, a lot of people forget quite quickly, and then you do get a stamp on your wrist. You can see that they are showing you how to do all these little bits and pieces, and they show you as a group, and then that group goes off, and then we're about to do the same thing. So like I said, I've got the GoPro on my chest, so I will go quiet in a second or so once we've done the tutorial. So we'll basically go from the top to the bottom. Then we've got the ski lift to come all the way back up to the top. And then we go back down and we choose a different route. Now, where I said I thought the queue line was separate for a different track, it's not. Everybody starts up here and then you go down and then you basically pick one of a couple of different colors that you do. So you have got opportunities to do all of them. They are all basically the same. They're all going to be there or thereabouts the same pace, I do believe. Some of them might be a bit more bendy than others. I don't think we managed to do all of them. I think we did the same track twice by mistake, but it doesn't really matter. And you can see it's just good fun for part of the day, and you can grab some lunch at the top, you can grab some lunch at the bottom, and it's just there for you to enjoy yourself. And like I said, you've just got to be wary of people stopping to let friends and family catch up. So I go shooting off and realize that I've left the mirror by herself. So I stop, let her catch up, and then we will finish it together. And if you want to, you can get some good pace. So they tell you where to put the bag between your legs and all the other little bits and pieces just like that. So it's really helpful and handy. If you get the handlebars smack into the middle, you will then start moving nicely. From the middle, you pull the handlebars all the way towards you, and then that activates the brake. If for whatever reason you let go of the handlebars and you lose control or panic, it basically bottoms out and stops, and it takes the front wheels off the floor. So then it's all right. So you can see that they're showing you how to go from left to right and do all the other little bits and pieces. And you can see the people that are passing us are the people that have already had the stamp. And we have got a runaway. You can see the one with the green helmet, Screamer. So there was 3 members of staff trying to stop that person because the parent is still up at the top. So they won't allow it to happen. So you've just got to be super careful if you have a family, that the little one doesn't go, basically turn it into a complete runaway, and because they just start screaming and losing control, which you probably will see a few times within this video. But like I said, it's basically Mario Kart. It is a good bit of fun. Really good idea from a business point of view as well. The fact that you go all the way to the bottom, and then you've got the amazing ski line that will take you all the way back up to the top again. And the staff work tirelessly, as you can see. They're running around all over the place, making sure that everybody is comfortable and good to go, just like I am now. So I have just been stamped. I have passed my safety test of regards to going left and going right. So what I will do now, as we are about to start, is I'm going to go quiet and I'm going to let you enjoy shooting down the hill. I'll catch back up with you at some point going down, and then I'll start to speak again as we're starting to come back up. And if you are looking forward to doing this, let me know in the comments.
Ah, that's where the circuit is. Oh, never mind. So this... Huh? What? What? No, you can't stop. You have to do it next time. Alright, come on then, let's go.
And just like that, that's it. So if you just had the one ticket, you would be day would be over. You would either stay down here where you could then go and use the beach and all those little bits and pieces, or you just wrap it back round and go back up. Now, obviously, because it's our first time, we didn't know which way to go. You actually just go in a straight line, just turn left. That's where you can actually pick up your safety gear if it's your first time, because obviously if it's your first time coming from the bottom, you then got to go all the way up to the top to then have your basically tutorial to then come shooting all the way back down again. So there's actually two entrances to be able to purchase tickets. You can buy them from the bottom of the ride or from the top, and you can see that you then just follow the signs all the way to the Skyride, and then you've got again a reminder of the different colours, which I really should have paid more attention to because I completely forgot that if you turned right on two of them, that's where the two more extreme tracks were. But it does not matter because it was all good fun. So I think the blue track was the second slowest. And obviously you can see how much pace that you do pick up. But it was quieter than all of the others because everybody was going down the others anyway. So it is a good bit of fun. You can pick up the pace very, very quickly indeed. And again, if you're going down in groups, then if you don't want to leave anybody behind, it's easy enough just to pull over like I did and you just wait for that person to catch back up again. But at the same time, if you are competitive, it's also good fun to start racing all of the other people. And it is literally just down to how far your arm length is to where you can actually get the handlebars to get the thing up high enough for it to go nice and quickly. So all we're going to do now is you zigzag around this, you sit yourself on, and it takes you all the way back up to the top. Now, for this one, I've kept in the full ride up to the top, just so you can see how long it takes. When we do it the second time, when we get back on it, I just cut it off, and then we don't do it the third time, because the third time, instead of coming back up this way, we actually then go to the beach, and then we try and find where the MRT is, which is their underground subway, to then get back to the hotel, because the following day, we actually learn where the Universal theme park is. So there's lots and lots of different transportation videos that's going to be coming up within all of these uploads from all of the different bits and pieces that we did. Now, the one thing I will say is just be careful when you get on because it does come at you surprisingly quickly and they tell you after you've just been planted on your backside to watch your legs, because they do come quite quick. But you can see it holds up to 4 people at a time. It takes the things that you were sat on all the way back up with you, and you can see just how quickly those 2 sat down. Now, there's going to be a little bit of a thud in a second of us 2 getting hit by this as it comes round, but at the same, there it is, there we go. They come shooting round and down, and then you have a little bit of a giggle about it because you're not expecting that to be the case. So I will go quiet now, and we let you enjoy going all the way up, seeing all the sights and sounds of absolutely everything, and then I will catch back up with you when it is time to start going back down for the second race. Right, we are coming back down. Now, you can see all the safety netting. That is obvious what that's for, because people are stupid. Because if you noticed, there's helmets, there's shoes, and there's all sorts of bits and pieces actually in the netting. Now, all the netting is over the walkways where we would walk and where the cars drive as well. So that's why that is all there for. But as you start to come down, you've got to get off and get away from this thing because it does not slow down. It is continuously moving, so you've just got to keep up with the pace. So you can see what we're on, but just above us, there is a different ski lift, and that is something completely different where you can actually get on and just see all of the views up top. That is something that we did not have time to do because we were too busy doing all of the other little bits and pieces. So you can see now we're off. We got off there nice and smoothly. Nobody fell over. I don't think we fell over trying to get off these. I think we did it quite smoothly. Now you can see then you got the sign. It says ride again, or what is the other one on there? First time. So we don't need to do the first time because we've already got the stamp, which is what they check on your hand as you go round. Because don't forget, they have to have the first time rider line because people might have bought the tickets at the bottom. Up you come, round you go. And then again, this forks off left and right. So if you just wanted to get off, you can do at the top, or you carry on going round, and then you basically rejoin the queue and you go shooting back down again. So same principle, but now we're on the opposite side. So you'll see that the first time riders are now on our right because we are now in the queue on the left. It is a very, very clever layout, and it is very, very quick through because they get lots and lots of people on these things as you go. We did basically 3 of them back to back, and then on the third one we went to explore. We then did the beach, because that is what you're going to be seeing within this upload, and then we ended up heading back to the hotel just to figure out what the next plan of attack is of how to get to Universal Studios the following day. And you've got all of those videos to come. So you've got Universal Studios from Singapore as well. And of course, there's lots and lots of different playlists available within this YouTube channel for theme park stuff, and obviously other bits and pieces to do within the country, like this, for example, dotted around in other playlists as well. So that one member of staff is just check your hand to make sure that the print is on there. You've got toilets if you need to nip to the loo, so you can do all of that kind of thing. And now we are just in a queue. Now, I've not cut any of this out. This is how quick it is to get from the lift, wrapping all the way around. So you can get some photos taken if you want to, because of course, well, there's a mirror, so you've got to have a photo taken in your outfits, and then you just carry on, and then you get yourself back on, and then of course you just pick a slightly different route. So there is 4. You've got the child's route, which I've got a very funny feeling that's the one that we might do next, and that was actually quite quick. So I don't think we did the 2 extreme routes, but I think we did the blue one twice, which is for the first time. And then I think what we're about to do now is a slightly different route, if I now remember thinking about it. Because when you're there, those things come up to you so quickly, unless you know the colours off by heart or you know that you're looking for a colour, you just basically go to one and you go tearing down. But all of them, well, they all seem to be relatively quick. So if you have done it, let us know what the difference is for the ones that we missed. If I ever go back, I would like to do all of these again. But again, it's one of those things of how much time to enjoyment to cost it is, because it doesn't take long to get down, but you can make a day of it. So what I will do, same principle, is I will go quiet in a second or so when you get on, because now you basically get on and you just go. So you don't have to worry about, the braking and all that kind of stuff. They do remind you to brake, obviously, with regards to, because some people just do not pay attention, and you will see that happening in the next video. I don't know if it's this one. I don't know if it's about to happen or if it is the last rundown that we do. There was a runaway because a parent wasn't paying any attention whatsoever, and you'll see exactly the aftermath of what will happen, but I don't know if it's going to happen in a second or if it is the last one. So keep your eyes peeled for it, because it is extremely easily done. So you just walk all the way to the edge, because there's obviously 3 of them. So you just walk to the furthest one so you can then get on, because that is again what other people just weren't seeming to pay attention for. So that is now why I'm behind Admira rather than starting beside her. So I think this actually might be the runaway video. I think that is what is about to happen. So you will see in a second a member of staff go chasing after a little one. It's just how everybody seems to have got on, and they just go from that way. And yeah, it's easy enough. You just got a reminder of how to brake. You just pull it all the way towards you when you get yourself ready, and then yeah, you are good to go. So there's the runner, there's the getaway, there's the staff, and he's just been run over. I think if it wasn't for Admira, who was going so slow, bless her, in front, the kid would have just gone tearing off anyway. So the parent is now getting a stern talking to. They take children's safety here really, really high. So again, from a parent's point of view, it's exactly what you want to hear. Every single member of staff cares greatly that the child is with the parent. And of course, you can see Admira's there's worried because she thought it was her fault and it was all okay. And the staff was fine. He got up, he had a couple of cuts and bruises and a broken watch, I do believe. But when we came back round again, he was laughing and joking and doing all the tutorials again. So everything ended out being okay. You just have to make sure that everything's good. Why we're getting told, I think now why we're getting told that is because of what's just happened. So I think they just remind everybody again that's going down. So I'm going to go quiet again and I'm going to let you enjoy the ride.
Oh, I come for the dragon. Oh. Go on, I'll follow you all the way around. Come on.
So there we have it. That is race number 2 done and done. So it's a good bit of fun, like I said. It's just up to you how quickly you go. And no, I didn't leave Admira miles away. She actually comes overtaking just there, look. See? So I did keep my word. I stayed close, but it is just a quick track. So they are fast. You can easily pick up speed and everything going around the corner. It's something I've never done before. This is the first time I've ever done something like this, and it was a good bit of fun. But I just happened to pick the same lane everybody else did. It just took forever to get off. So now, obviously, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be wrapping it back round and going back up again. However, I think on this bit, you will see a lot of people scanning your helmet. Now, what you do with regards to scanning the helmet is there is actually cameras all the way around the outside of the track. So what you can do is you can actually download at a cost your own video footage coming around the corners quickly, and you get action shot photos as well. So that is all good fun. And yes, I did get asked to come over because there was a shortage of them on that side. So that is why I cut across, because he did tell me to do that. I didn't just randomly go. So this bit just here is where everybody takes your helmet off, and then each helmet has a QR code. Now each QR code then links to you, so it knows where you are around the circuit. I think there's 8 screens. You've got 4 on this side, 4 on the other, and then you can just pay for them to be downloaded, and they get emailed to you. So that is something, again, completely different on there. So this bit will look familiar. We've already gone up the stairs. You've got a couple of vending machines if you want to grab yourself some drinks and things like that. And we are now making our way back over. Now, this time, there is no queue whatsoever. So I've kept this little bit in just so if you do time it right and you're lucky, you can then get straight on this, go straight up to the top, and then you are good to go. But like I said, I did cut that second one out because, well, it's just the exact same thing. So the first one, you know how long it takes to do. And then, like I said, on the third time we hit the bottom, we actually take the safety gear off, and then we go walking across the beach just for something slightly different, and then we head home. So we are slowly starting to run out of time. There's just over 10 minutes of the video left. So in the next 10 minutes, we've got a couple of seconds of us going up, us racing all the way back down to the bottom again. I think we do the same track again. I think we do the blue one. So again, it's just a good little bit of fun on that one. And then when we get to the bottom, we actually then do a little bit of exploring at the bottom, because it's something that we didn't do on any of the other two, because we didn't just, you don't walk out that way. Obviously, you can do if you want to, but we didn't do it until the third go, just to sort, well, before we come back up to the top, what is actually at the bottom. And I'm glad we did, because we found the beach, we found a different way home, and there was really nice places you could grab yourself something to eat and drink, and basically just relax on the bottom part of the island, because where we get on up at the top is a lot more of a hive of activity with regards to lots of different eatery areas and all that kind of thing. And it's also just beside the Madame Two Swords on the map as well, because Sentosa Island itself is absolutely enormous. So there is lots and lots of different bits and pieces you can do all over the island, because don't forget, Sentosa Island, it also has Universal, which I've already mentioned. It's got the big water park that is there. They're building a huge new aquarium currently there as well. And then you've got all the other little bits and pieces that will be uploaded in separate videos. So you guys and girls can start to put the pieces to the puzzle together of just how big this area actually is. So you can see these things come tearing around, watch them get dropped on, plop. So you get thrown on, and then you're good to go for the next one. And then it just carries on like that. So some of them, they connect them up with regards to the actual things going up. Some of them, they don't. So it doesn't really make too much of a difference. You get yourself comfortable, and then you are good to go. So I am just getting the camera in place, because all I did for the camera on this one is actually just kept it chest level. So I didn't actually look around or anything on this one, and I thought, well, I don't really need to add all of that footage back in again. So you've got probably about another 6 seconds or so of this, and then it will cut to the next bit, which is this. So this is us now coming back down again. So you get off smoothly, get off quickly. I don't think we get hit on this one, because this is the last one. No, we just survive with our lives. And then the same principle now. So you wrap it all the way back around again. Just get straight back on. Again, you can see you've got the thing up at the top. So you got ride again or first time rider. And then you just jump yourself on, and then you are good to go. So what I will do again now, because we've done this a couple of times with regards to it zigzagging around, so you know exactly what way that we are going to be going. I'm just making sure that the camera and everything is nice and comfy. So again, if you need the loo or anything like that, that you can do. I will then go quiet again. We'll go all the way back down to the bottom. I do believe this last run, there was a lot of people stopped, if I remember rightly on this one. I'm not 100% sure why. I think a lot of people just decided to take photos, maybe because it was their last run. But yeah, it's an interesting experience. Like I said, I highly recommend doing it. You can either go a nice slow steady pace that we were, or you can just go shooting all the way down to the bottom. But again, have you got a stamp? Yes, they scan the ticket for the last one, so they know what it is. So because we've got a 3 ticket pass, that's how it works. So it gets scanned every single time. You show the stamp on your wrist, and then you don't have to join the learner queue. You just get on and then you just go. But what we did notice on this go is they had actually changed the direction of people learning. So they'd actually paired up all of the parents and children. So they'd done it slightly different. So you'll notice now further down there on the right hand side, there's just a big group of people that they are just showing everybody how it works. It's kind of where we were when we first got on, but they are more stationary for a longer period of time because we get on and just go past. And I do believe it does look like they have got basically big human, small human side by side. So I don't think they would ever let that happen again. So again, children's safety is enormous here, and you can see everybody that's there. There's what, 5 different members of staff just going through all the safety procedures. So again, they take safety really, really highly, and it's something that you really have to appreciate because the second you get to here, it's out of their control. So it is what it is, but we will go tearing around now. I will be racing at Mirror all the way down to the bottom, and I'll catch back up with you at the bottom.
Don't brake on the straight. Don't brake. Go forward. Bring your arms forward a little bit. There. There you go.
Right, that is race 3 of 3 completed. Now, because I'm a moron, it's actually my fault we did the blue route twice, because as you can see, where you get to the blue route, you've got the blue, and then you've got, I think it's the orange and the pink. I got that bit mixed up with where we actually went second, because if you notice, on the second run round, we didn't get anywhere near that bit. We actually forked off, and I thought we had already done that bit, but it doesn't really make too much of a difference. It's just somewhere a little bit further around. But if you have done that part of the track, then please let me know if I missed out on anything, because it did seem that that bit was the quicker way to go around, but it's not there to be racing around. It's just there to be having a little bit of fun. Now you can see Admira there is coming in, so I'd already got off and already basically chilled out. And there she is, just cruising around, enjoying everything on her last go, more than likely taking a million different photos and videos. But we are now at the bottom. So this is something that we had not explored up until this point, and this was obviously on the third race. You have got an option if you wanted to go all the way back up to the top, you obviously can do, but we wanted just to basically explore, and because you do get free Wi-Fi on Sentosa, you then can also use Google Maps to take you basically to wherever it needs to go. And what I needed to do was to get to the MRT to then get back to where we were staying in the hotel, just to see if it was easy enough to do the local transportation. And the answer is yes. It is a fantastic use of transportation. It's so quick, clean, really, really cheap as well. It's like $1.20 to travel what would be nearly 2 hours walking. So it's about anywhere between 27 minutes to 36 minutes by traffic, by taxi. I think in total, with the different ways of doing it, so from walking and the 2 trains, it was about 56 minutes, and it costs just over $1.20. So like just over £1. It was very, very, very good. So that is what you can do. This is where you can go and chill out and relax on the beachfront. And obviously, if you wanted to go for a little wander, you can do. Lots of different places to eat all down on that bit. But the next video from Singapore, when I get around to uploading it, will be going from here. And then we are going to be getting back to the hotel. So, like I said, loads and loads of different playlists from lots of different places dotted all over the place. But we are starting to run out of time. So, if you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Let me know if you've been to Singapore before, and let me know if you have been to Sentosa Island, because obviously it is a beautiful place. It is massive. You could spend a lot of money and time on this island if you wanted to. You could easily spend 5 days here. Not a problem whatsoever. And that's without seeing anything else from Singapore. And that's if Universal Studios is quiet and you can get around and do all of that in one day, because you might need a day and a half or 2 days when it's busy to do all of that kind of thing. But guys, that is it, and I am done. So again, one more time, if you could like the video and subscribe to the channel, that'd be absolutely fantastic. But as always, thank you very much for watching. You lot take care, and I'll catch you next one.